Today we are taking a look at Project Ashe. This is from a company called Apex Toys. You can't see the top of it because this is a pretty big box. If I scoot it back a little bit, yeah. This is Ashe from League of Legends. I think this is one of her skins. And they made a figure out of her. I think she's 1A. It says she's 1A scale. So here's the front of the box with her in it. Here's the side of the box, the back of the box, the other side of the box. Top of the box has nothing on it. Bottom of the box also doesn't really have anything on it. But anyway, let's get her out of the box and take a look at the figure. Right, so we have her out of the box, and right away you can already see a problem. Okay. If you don't notice it, you must be blind, because it's blatantly obvious what one issue is already. And I took this figure out the box and messed around with it before the review, and I didn't notice this until now when I was trying to set her up and stand her. One leg is longer than the other. Now, I have tried to push this leg up. It doesn't go up. If you notice, these kind of like crotch lines here are even. They are even. So this leg, the left leg, or I guess the right leg from what you're looking at. No, it should also be the left leg. You should also see it as the left leg. Is noticeably longer than the other leg. This is how she should be standing. This is how she should be standing and blocking lights. Straight, but nope. One leg is longer than the other. So that is already an issue. And honestly, if it wasn't for that issue, I would say this is a solid figure for this company. But this is one, she's already hard. It's really hard to stand her. Because of the just because of the nature of the design. Her feet are really small, and so it's almost impossible to get her to stand. And when she does stand, she's standing. She has one leg longer than the other. Now, you can kind of resolve that if you just stretch this leg out further than the other leg. And you can kind of get her to stand straight, but it's obvious that one leg is sticking out further than the other leg. So I don't know. It's kind of irritating. This is like a figure that you're clearly going to be using the stand for, if you decide to buy it, because standing her up is almost impossible. And she has one leg longer than the other. Other than that, the paints are really good. Let's see, get up here close here. The paints are really good. I'll try to get in close as possible. The line work and everything is really nice. It has like a metallic blue paint. That's really nice. See if we can get the blurriness to stop. On the back here, the metallic silver paint on our back is really nice. It's got these clear blue plastic pieces. All of it is nice. All the line work on her pants are really good. You can see, get the lighting changed over here. You can see the like the metallic paint for her little leg piece here. It's really good. All in all, the paint's really good. All the silver here on her top, here on her chest and her neck and her head. The lip, her lips look really good. They painted those really well. See how close we can get here. Yeah. They painted those really well. Her visor is nice, the clear blue visor, everything on her arm. So the paints are really clean. The line work is really good. So no complaints there. As far as the design and the paintwork, I think it's spot on. So they are definitely winning with that. It's just unfortunate that she can't stand very well. So for accessories, she has a ton of accessories. So let's take a look at those. So her first accessory is her cape. Now this, I guess technically shouldn't be an accessory because it's supposed to be on her, I think, at all times. But unfortunately, it's attached with these little bitty tiny these little tiny I don't even know what you want to call these little pegs that peg into the cape like this. See if I can do this on camera. Peg into the cape like my finger. I have big hands, so it's kind of blocking this little thing, and it's tiny. So it pegs into the cape. It pegs into the cape like that. You get one for each side, and the thing is, they don't stay pegged in. It's constantly falling out. You cannot get them to stay. I think these maybe are supposed to be glued in. So I will try to super glue them to get them to stay. But that's how they're supposed to be pegged in, and it'll bring the figure over here. No, I take that back. I think I have them, I have them turned around, but they're supposed to peg in like this, right? And you try to put it in the figure, and it'll peg in one side. Well, you try to put it in the other side, you can, but they're super dangly. Or they're super loose. These things fall out really easy. Now they don't want to fall out now that I'm putting them on camera, but they fall out really easy. If I was to put the whole cape on there, let's see if we can actually get this one especially is super loose. So if I try to peg it in here, it's super loose. And you try to peg the cape in, and of course it's gonna work now. But I know, as you can see, it just comes right out. It just comes right out. And I have no idea if the cape is supposed to be pegged in. Well, no, it's obvious it's probably supposed to be pegged in this way. But these things are tiny, and you will easily lose these. So, I mean, it's almost impossible to keep the cape pegged in properly. For the other accessories, she comes with kind of drone. I think this is a drone, which is very well painted and sculpted. It has a little camera lens there. These don't spin, but so that's really nice. And it's got a peg hole right here at the bottom, so you can peg it in. With 4 different hands. She has 2 hands, one fist hand that's in that has the black gloves on, and then she has another hand that has the I think it's for holding the bow. Then she has 2 other hands that are really nicely painted. See if we can get zoomed in there. They're really nicely painted. It's got a nice little some line work in the inside of the palm. But this, I think, is for holding the arrow. And this is another fist hand. So each one of the hands go a different hand. One hand has the black gloves, the other hand has the metallic gloves. Then we come to her bow. The bow is really cool. It's really big. It has some nice decal work on it here. Not quite sure what any of that means. But it looks really good. It doesn't move or anything. At least I haven't gotten it to move, and it seems like really kind of brittle plastic, so I wouldn't try to move it. It looks like it's supposed to move here. Oh, it does move. It does move. Okay. It's really tight, but it does move a little bit, so you can get it in that position. So it does move there, but I think that's the only articulated points. So that's really nice. She comes with a special effect piece. Like, I don't know if this is shooting arrows or whatever, but it's done really nicely. The paint, the transition from the white to the blue here is done really nice. It has a peg hole in it to stand it, and it has some kind of joints, some bending points, but it only bends so much, so you can't really bend it that much. It doesn't make any sense why they even bothered putting that in there. It doesn't really hold a different shape than what it would, you know, if it was just in like a neutral pole. So I don't know if these are supposed to be able to bend anymore, because it feels like if I push it, they will break. So, but it's really nice. It's done really nicely. So that's a good. With her stand, which is just a clear piece of plastic. It does say League of Legends on it. Let's see if we can. No, that's not gonna do it. It says League of Legend game. Let me turn it the other way. League of Legend Riot Games. So probably looks better to you this way. Yeah. So if you can get the zoom in, there we go. So it's League of Legend Riot Games 2022. So that's okay. The Apex symbol for the company that created it. And then we have, I'm not gonna take these out the packages, so I'll just show it to you like this. We have a bunch of stands that you can prop all her accessories up with, along with her. Another base here, and then there are some more effect pieces. See-through blue plastic. There don't seem to be anything too special about these. It must be related to one of her moves in the game, I guess. I'm not quite sure for this particular skin. I used to play League of Legends way back in the day. Ashe was one of my favorite characters to play. I used to play a lot of carries. So I think Ashe is one of the best carries, if not the best carry in the game. I don't know, I haven't played it in a bunch of years, so they may have gotten some new characters. But here's all the stand pieces and effect pieces. I did forget to mention that there are some other stands here, or bases. I don't know what they're for. They must be, I don't know, just some extra bases so you can have all of the things that, all of her accessories that don't attach to her floating in the air. They made more stands for them. There are a bunch of arms, so I assume they made a lot of those arms for these extra stands, or these extra bases. So here are some extra bases. We have one unmasked head, which is done really well. I don't know why my camera like adjusts like that, but it's done really well. Let's do this. Like the previous head, the lips are done really well. I'll come back a little bit. Her little eye thing is nicely done. The eyes are painted. The eyes are painted really well as you can see. So that's good. Her hair is kind of flat. To be honest with you, the sculpt is kind of flat. This looks like it comes off, but I don't think it does. So why they have that line there for no reason, I have no idea. There's really no reason to have a line there because she doesn't come with any extra faces. The neck articulation is super weird. If I can get some light in there. Yeah, I've seen SH Figure Arts do a neck piece like this before. I don't know. I'm not quite sure why they did it this way. I don't know, but it doesn't help the articulation at all. If anything, it kind of hinders it, because I feel like that neck, that peg is way too far back. And if they just used like a regular ball peg, I think it would have been a lot easier to articulate her head, even with her hair right here. So I don't know why they over-engineered that. It seems unnecessary. I know this lighting is kind of harsh. Just bear with me here until I get some new equipment in. But yeah, her little thing here, I don't know what this is. I guess it's part of her headpiece here. So I guess she maybe talks to her drone or something like with this. But yeah, it's done really well. The paint is really well. The face is kind of, emotionless, but I guess that's just the character itself. Nice little line work here on the face. That's done really well. It's kind of hard to see. But yeah, that's done really well also. So the face is really nice. My favorite accessory is her arrow. This looks nothing like what an arrow you would think an arrow looks like, but it's done really well. The line work is really nicely done. I like how the translucent plastic paint fades from white to blue. It's weird that it fades from light to blue here, then gets dark and then gets white again and fades to blue again. That's kind of strange. Wouldn't it just always be white at the tip and then it just be all blue in the back? I don't know. But it's got the little swirly, I don't know, like lace things here or ribbon things here. I don't know if that's supposed to be fire. But it's done really well. I will say these are really, really fragile. So if you do want to display her with this, you want to take extra care that this doesn't take a shelf dive, because these will break. Matter of fact, I almost broke it taking it out of the package because it came in its own separate little plastic baggie. The same way with this, the tip of this arrow, it comes out. Huh, interesting. Does this come out also? No, but it does turn. Okay. It probably does come out. Oh, yeah, it does come out. I guess it's kind of modular. Maybe you can just stick it like on different sides. I guess there's some different display options there. I don't know why you would put it like that, but no, this one wouldn't fit. That one won't fit. So it's always going to be like this. It's probably just mainly for it being able to move it. So you can just kind of turn this arrow. So even the arrow is articulated. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if these are detachable or not. No, they don't seem like it. So yeah, even the arrow has some articulation to it. So that's pretty cool. We come back to the figure, and so let's check out its articulation. With the hood, the head is mounted into the hood, so the hood moves with the head. She can't really look up at all. She does have some head pivot. There's some neck pivot. She can look down a little bit, but not a whole lot. So no up, but a little bit down and a little side to side. I will get to this in a minute. If you saw that she had a hole in her head, that's because she does. But I'll address that here in a minute. Her arms do go all the way up past parallel. That falls out sometimes, especially if you push it too far past parallel, but it's just two little pegs there, so it pegs right back in. But yeah, if you just lift that up, yeah, it's gonna keep falling. This arm, on the other hand, because of this shoulder pad only goes up to here, which is not great. There's no back, there's no up and down hinging, so that won't like go up into her chest or into her neck here. So that's the best you can get with that arm. She does have double jointed elbows, and she has ball hinged wrists. They can go up and down. You can turn them around. Her arms do go all the way around 360 degrees. It's kind of hard to do. She is kind of stiff. The way that they have these joints arranged. Luckily, when you put the shoulder pad on, it does mostly it mostly covers that peg. So you shouldn't really have to go past this. When I first took out the package, this elbow was separated and it was splitting. I was able to take this arm off and push it back together, and it seems to be working fine now. But just to warn you, be careful if you do get this figure, because that elbow will split on you if you're not careful. But both sides are the same. You do have to twist it a little bit and adjust it to get it to do the full past 90 with her arm, because if you don't, you will get some blockage from this bicep piece. She does have a somewhat of a bicep swivel, or not bicep, a shoulder swivel more than anything else, built in, with a somewhat of a swivel here at the forearm. The chest, our torso, that's going to keep falling. We just leave it down. She can hinge back that far, but going forward is almost nothing, if not just nothing. She does do it a little bit, but not much to talk about. She doesn't have a waist swivel. Her legs do go out to about there. This piece moves, it's attached to her leg, so this piece will move out the way a little bit, so she can get a good spread, not full splits, but this leg won't go as far as this leg, so this leg can almost do a full split, but because of this piece here, it hinges that leg. You can hear the squeaking. She has somewhat of a thigh swivel, but not really. The knees go all the way up. They do have a swivel in them, and they will come out, so be careful with that. They do snap back in pretty easily, but they can come out pretty easily too. That knee is not great, but what are you gonna do? That is really tight, so be careful with that. So she can move this boot a little bit, so there is a little bit of a give. There's a little bit of a swivel there. Her feet, her ankles, they're also very tight. They go up that far, back just that far. She does get somewhat of a rocker. It's not a lot. Maybe you might be able to twist that ball around to get it a rocker, but it's not really much of a rocker there. And she has a toe hinge for what reason, I don't know, because she can barely stand with just her regular feet. But yeah, that's it for articulation. All right, so back to the figure. So let's talk about the hole in her head. The reason that she has a hole in her head is because she has a light up feature, and she has two of them. So she has one that lights up her face, and then she has another that lights up this backpack. So let's just talk about the issue that I have with the one that lights up her face. So the problem with this is that once you plug this in, the light effect is really nice. It's really bright for a figure of this scale. Even with these harsh lights, you can see that that is really, really bright. It lights up very well. If I turn these lights off, or even just face them away, you can see that that is very, very bright, and it's nice. But you can't turn it off. So there's no little button to press. I thought this would have been a button. This would have been cool if that was a button to turn it off. But no, that don't turn it off. So it's just permanently on all the time. And I mean, you're gonna go through some batteries, and these ain't cheap batteries. I guess, I mean, if you get them on Amazon, they cheap. But if you're an idiot like me and went to Walgreens to go get them, it's like $8 for this battery. So they're ridiculously expensive. So it's just on all the time. Now, and if somebody else has this figure and has found a way to get this to turn off, then tell me, because I don't know how to get it to turn off other than to just take this out. But it's a really cool feature, and it's really bright. But unfortunately, you can't really use it because you're just gonna have it on all the time. So that's that one. This one, I like this one as well. If I could actually fit the cape in here, it could probably also illuminate the cape a little bit. But if I can grab something, so it does come with it does come with a little like toothpick thing that you can use to turn that on. I can grab that really quick if I can get her to stand. I'll forget it. All right, so to turn this on, there is a little hole right here that you just press. If I can get that in there on camera, can I get it in there? Apparently not. There we go. And it turns it on, and it's super bright also. Like, look how nicely lit up that is. There are a lot of like figures that have this feature and doesn't even get close to getting that bright. So this took 3 little batteries. I think they're LR or something or other. I don't know. Also very expensive. Go to Walgreens to try to get those. They only sell them in singles, and they're all $8 a piece. So I spent a total of about like $30 on batteries just to light this figure up. But that's a really, really nice feature. I just wish that the cape would stay on and I could show you, because the cape, it's supposed to be able to go up and down, you know. It's supposed to be able to go up and down on those pegs, but you can't get the damn things in there. So that's a really cool feature. I did not know that she lit up when I didn't really read the information about it. I think like if you got the first run of her, you got some extra special effects or effect pieces. This is kind of annoying to turn off. There we go. So yeah, let's just get the light going again. But yeah, so all in all, I don't know if I'm going to keep this figure for the price point of, I think, $120 something. I don't know. I'm just not very impressed by it. I don't know if you're paying extra for the lighting gimmick. It's the one leg being longer than the other that's really like throwing me off, because I want to like this figure. the 1/8 scale is a very odd scale. I feel like probably just figures from this company will probably have that scale, like 1/7, I think, like McFarlane size. I think it's kind of common, but 1/8, I don't know. I don't know how common that is. Not. So, with all that being said, I want to say this is a solid figure. It does have some problems, but if you like this character, if you play League of Legends, and you wanted a figure of this character, I think this is the only, somewhat articulated figure of this character. I think this is the only one that exists. So if you're a big League of Legends person, I would say get her. I don't know if the leg issue is just my copy or if it's in all of them. So that you might not have that issue with yours. You might not have the issue with the elbow splitting, like I did. That might just be with my copy. Again, I think this is a first run. So I think if they release her again, I guess depending on how well this does, they will they'll fix whatever issues that came from this first run. And if they do re-release it, I'll probably get the second version, and hopefully the second version has a way to turn her face mask off, and I can keep her head intact without having a hole in it. But that's it for the review. Comment, like, and subscribe. And until then, peace.